Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and this is the Gundam ground type once again in the New City Ruins, or Ruined City. Depending on where you look in the game, it describes it with both, so either way, it's the place with the big stadium in the middle, kind of patterned after where the White Base hid from Garma's forces, and then, Garma got double-crossed by Char and subsequently died. But it's also a map from Battle Operation 1, where, but it's been heavily reworked, which there's a lot less open space now, a lot of places to hide, a lot of places to find cover and sneak up on people, and it's a lot harder to keep a team together. Because basically, if you pursue like one person in one direction, the team's going to be split. So you really do have to watch where you're going and try not to get yourself surrounded. It's easier said than done. But I am, of course, using a beam rifle because that is what I do. Got that free. And getting to cover because there is still a ground-type weapons rack back there, so that's just one of the habits I've gotten into playing beam rifle, is that you need a second to reset yourself and start charging again whenever you can get it. It's kind of hard to do that in the open, so it's best to get to cover before you start, at least in my opinion. Because if you're trying to hold your shot until it stuns, you may as well get behind cover while you wait. Again, I feel like all the weapons just create different kinds of play, and that's one of the things I like about the game. But as someone said, nice to meet you. The probably closer to the Japanese version there of it's probably more literally "please be kind to me," which is why sometimes you'll see people use it again in the middle of a match, just trying to remind you, basically, hey, lighten up, or help me out here, something like that. I did finally change my default support tell on one of my two accounts. I need to do the other. I went from support me to need help here, which is a little bit less demanding sounding, I think. Just kind of I didn't like how support me sounds, so I have stopped using it. Just got to remember to do that on the other account too. One thing I discovered, somebody mentioned it in the comments to Tuesday's video, but one of the things I discovered about this map the hard way is that you cannot walk between the buildings here the way you can on the Deserted City map. So if you're on foot as a pilot, you can't just sneak into crevices and shoot at people with your bazooka, which is a shame. Okay, there was that Garrett Schmitzer Zaku hiding exactly the same place as it was before, except this time it worked. For a second. And that person got the Schmitzer for me. That is fine. Anything that doesn't kill me, I am happy to have killed at this point. Which is, as far as I'm concerned, just the way you should be looking at it when you have 3,000 hit points, because a couple of things here could probably one-shot me. The ground-type weapons rack, depending on its configuration, could probably do it. The Freet Schneid could probably shotgun and axe me to death in one go. There's some dangerous things here for the way I am right now, especially with not enough legs to land off of a building or anything. So got that person, got the kill, gonna land on my face, but the rest of their team's a little bit too preoccupied with the rest of our team to capitalize. Speaking of Doug Schneid, though, there's a problem. Caught a couple of swings, and now I'm just risking the boost to try and get some ways away. It did not work, and now I'm out of boost for defense. Luckily, again, they have not really focused on me. Somebody's coming after me. Let's see. My legs are now totally gone. Managed to shift. I got the flash bomb off, I think, but they had time to swing before it resolved, so I'm dead. But it's hard to fight in that situation anyway. It's really no helping it. There's a couple of support fires ready. I'm going to take the one up here first, just because, like I said, I like to take the one closest to the enemy, because it's the one most likely to be retaken by someone else. Which means you may as well get it used as soon as you can. I pointed that on probably the wrong person. I was hoping they'd regroup with the rest of their team. It does not seem to be happening. But I need to get over here and regroup with the rest of mine. And ground type ready. And hopefully I can get going here without getting shot. Okay, there's a good shot. Got the Schneid. And that person's nearly dead too if I can land something, but I think... There they go. Okay, flash bomb out. I got hit and stunned, but somebody else is in the neighborhood and may be able to follow up, especially now that they're out of boost. And for the second time in the match, I just coincidentally got the last shot in, was not trying to kill steal, it just happened. Sometimes I do it on purpose, I'm not gonna lie, but sometimes it just happens by accident. Decided to come over here and launch the other airstrike. We've got enough of a lead that I can probably be away from my team for a couple of seconds here and get this done. As I mentioned earlier in the week, they have changed things so that you now hold square to request support fire. That's taking some getting used to, but I'm getting there. It'll take a bit. But it's handy because when you remember the right buttons, you can't accidentally call your mobile suit when you're trying to launch support fire, or vice versa. So, also means you can be sitting right there with your mobile suit right there and, you know, not have to back it off to do support fire, which I did have happen once or twice. So, alright, and landed a shot on, I think that's a weapons rack. Didn't... Okay, yeah, the flash took, so that would be a temporary drop in defense for it, but I just decided to pull back because that is kind of the entire enemy team right there, and not being, you know, in the same space with them, better for my health. Looks like one may have peeled off, at which point it's the other ground type, I think, at which point it's probably fair to fight, except my rifle overheated, so I'm at a pretty solid disadvantage. I think they just tagged my shield there, which was lucky. And there is somebody I can be shooting at. Missed. Let's try again. Ah, it's a high mobility Zaku. Got it with the flash, and got a couple of shots in. One of them didn't take because it did manage to dodge roll. There's the Zaku, whose pilot's name I have already forgotten, but is the Zaku one from Zeonic Front. I cannot remember that person's name to save my life. I'll remember it like 2 seconds after the video ends and feel ridiculous, but either way, got him again. I probably even said it earlier in the video. Either way, 50 seconds left, and just batting cleanup at this point. I think somebody else got that Zaku. If I can land a beam shot, I've got whoever that is. Didn't land that one. Let's see. Got that one. There we go. 300 points. We've still got a 3,400 point lead. We have got this. So, they'd have to kill so many of us. I don't think we could even spawn in enough people in the time left that they'd need to kill all of us to make that up. So, still not chancing it and spreading out for the support fire. But yeah, this round went pretty well. And yeah, like I said, beam rifle play suits me, and after they buffed it, the Gundam ground type's beam rifle got to be pretty good. So they reduced the charge time a little bit and upped the charge damage, and it made all the difference. Good thing too, because a lot of things use that now. Pale Rider can use it, Slave Wraith I believe can use it, and of course the Blue Destinies. So mission complete. Pretty good round, and let's see. Yeah, 2,635 points for me. Pretty good, yeah, good work by my teammates. And yeah, we did alright. And yeah, 7 kills, 1 death. That is pretty good. And pretty good damage and all that. So yeah, that is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. We will be back soon with more. So until next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later! It was Garrett Schmitzer. That was the name I was trying to think of, and I'm pretty sure I did say it earlier in the episode. Oh well.